The time is 4:13 on July 1st. I'm standing in my closet recording this. This will probably come out, I don't know, once I get back from vacation and such, because I want to kind of track the process of what's going to happen. Sorry, don't want to get in front of myself. But at any rate, it's July 1st, 4:13 p.m. I'm in the closet, my favorite place where I can hear from God. So I want to today talk about the power of both and. I felt like I was just setting up a sermon. Like, today my message will be about. But no, seriously, I wanted to talk about this concept of both and because it's something that I have been trying to embrace a lot more than I have in the past. I used to be a very black and white, either or type of person. Um, Period. Like there was not a lot of room for grace, not a lot of room for wiggle room, not a lot of room for becoming, just very much black or white, this or that, in or out, very much this binary type of culture in my mind. And I've been challenging that lately because I've been trying to understand why there's so much hatred in this world and why we were programmed to hate certain types of people and like why, like what is the root of this, and why are we forgetting that people are people? So in that investigatory process, if you will, um I have started unpacking this idea of both and what both and how that manifests in my life and what do I do with that and all of that. So, some context about what led me here, because I love to let you all know how my brain people work. So, I have been struggling over, I don't even know how long, the past couple months, maybe since the beginning of the year. I don't know. I don't know how long it's really lasted, but I'll just kind of go with this acute situation that's happening right now. Over the last 2 weeks, I have been struggling and trying to keep it together, trying to plan logistics, specifically since I found out that I was going to be moderating Dr. Joy's book tour at the Miami stop for her new book, Sisterhood Heals. And I am so excited about that. Um, I just, it's so, I don't even have words. Like it is literally a dream come true. And I am just honored and humbled and grateful and proud and excited and exuberant and like all of these things. And I am also overwhelmed and stressed and emotional. And did I say overwhelmed? Um, I don't really have the words right now, and I don't have my feelings well in front of me to use as a resource to think about all of the feelings. Anxious is another one that bubbles up. Um, so I have been trying to process that, but not actively. Like it's just kind of been in the background, and I've been saying things like, "There's a lot of stuff I need to get done because, when I'm traveling, I don't want to have to worry about deadlines, and I want to make sure everybody's stuff is taken care of with beautiful brown girls and just all this stuff. I want to be able to enjoy this trip, and right after that, I'm going to go to St. Martin with Beautiful Brown Girls. And again, I'm so excited about it. I'm trying to process all of this in real time. And the first time I felt this way, this both and most recently, is when my fan died. And I still haven't yet told that complete story. But that day when that happened, I was crying. Like, there's a video on my Instagram, and I'm talking about the fans, and I'm like, what am I gonna do? And it sounds like I'm laughing because I am, but I was also crying, like tears just streaming down my face because I was like, what am I gonna do? I cannot not have a fan. Like, I can't. And I couldn't process that. I was so sad. I was really, really sad, but at the same time, I understood that it was hilarious, and I couldn't find a way to segment those, and just decided I didn't have to, right? This power of both and. So at any rate, I'm so excited to go to the Girlfriends Getaway for Beautiful Brown Girls. I have been wanting to go to a Girlfriends Getaway and just couldn't make it make sense with my life over the past few times that we've gone. And I said to myself, man, I probably will have to go when I'm working. Like, that might be the only way that I can make this happen. And that happened. So I will be attending and I will be working, and we're going to do a live Conversations episode. And I'm so excited about that. I can't wait to do that. I'll finally get to meet Christina in person. Like, I've been working with her for almost 6 years. And I have never like actually been like, oh my God, girl, hey, right? So I'll get to do that. I'll get to meet the other ladies that are going to be there who have been following along this journey and been so supportive and have like checked on me and prayed for me and like all of that. And I'm so happy. But at the same time, I'm really overwhelmed because I've grown to understand that I somewhat have like this form of social anxiety. And it honestly might not necessarily be social anxiety. It might, I don't know. I'm not going to try to diagnose myself. I'm not going to WebMD myself. But I become anxious when it is time for me to go out into the world. And a part of that, I know, is PTSD from being in the US and understanding that I'm going to have to go back. And I want to go back for this event, right? Not to live, let's be clear. But I don't know what my body is going to feel like when I get there. Because the last time I was in the States, I was so stressed. Like, it's hard. It's hard. It's really hard there. And I don't have a home there, right? So if I'm there, I'm in somebody's house, or I'm in an Airbnb, or I'm at a hotel. Like, I don't live there. I don't have a car there. I don't have a license anymore because the last time that I left the US, the people at the airline in Boston, and a shout out to American Airlines in Boston, that they decided to steal everything out of my bag that they made me check. And they stole everything out of my wallet, and I didn't think about it because when I'm traveling, I usually have in my fanny pack, I'll have my passport and I'll have my 2 cards that I need to get into lounges, and like I have the things I immediately need, and then everything else I keep in my purse and my carry-on bag. And I just remember that when I was leaving, there was so many things that I was trying to arrange It was a lot. I don't even want to get into that. But I was trying to arrange all types of things, and stuff was just crazy. And I got to the airport, and okay, it's time to get on the plane. And, I have been stressed like that whole time. And they're like, you need to check your carry-on bag in order to get on. And I'm like, okay, where do I get it from? Like, I wanted to sit down and I wanted to get back to Mexico because that's where I felt safe. So I have to tell that full story another time. But at any rate, that was kind of just some insight into where my mind was at that time of why my wallet was being checked in a bag and why it wasn't on my person. For anybody who's like, that was dumb, right? It was a lot. It was a lot that was going on. So I checked my bag and I get back to Mexico and I'm settling and I go into go to look for my wallet to get another card out of there or something else out of the wallet. And it was empty. I'm talking about two personal debit cards, my business debit card, 4 credit cards, 2 business credit cards, my license. They took my Metro card from when I was in New York. They took my laundromat card. Like, took everything, everything. I had cash in there, not a lot, maybe like $20 US. They took that. I had Dominican money in there because I had gone to DR, so I had some Dominican pesos left over. I also had some Colombian money in there. They took that. All of those were bills. And in the coin part, I had hella pesos, Mexican pesos. So I open my wallet and I'm like trying to process because I'm like, I know that there were things in this wallet. Like, where are my things, right? So I'm trying to process that. And like, I remember there being things. And when was the last time I remember there being things? And I remember just being so confused of what happened. And then I was like, they had to steal it from me. And the reason I know that it happened in the States and it didn't happen in Mexico, because they took everything but the Mexican pesos. If it happened in Mexico, that's the first thing they would have took. So I felt violated. I still feel violated even in talking about it. But at any rate, that's a part of the PTSD that I think about when I think about coming to the States and being in the States. It is extremely stressful for me. So, also I'm not mass shootings and just it's the culture in Florida. Like, I just don't know what I'm going to be walking into. And I've been trying to prepare myself for that. And that's taken a lot of energy out of me as I'm trying to think through all of these logistics so I can figure out how to create the most peaceful experience possible, because I'm going for an amazing reason and I'm so excited about it and I can't wait and I know it's gonna be so awesome. And like, I'm just like, I have so many like questions and like, are we gonna record it? Like, who else am I gonna meet? Like, I'm so excited. And I'm stressed the fuck out. I am so stressed out. And I really didn't realize it until today. Because I've been realizing over the past few days, like, I haven't really been eating. And I already only eat once a day. But it's very easy for me to go 36 hours, 48 hours, and I haven't eaten anything. It is because when I'm stressed out, I can't make a decision. I can't figure out what I want to eat. Like, the other day, my best friend checked on me and she's like, did you eat? And I was like, no. And I was like, I've been thinking about it. I think about it all day. Like, I wake up in the morning and I'm like, okay, today I'm going to eat this. Okay. Or I'll say, what do I have in my refrigerator so I don't have to go through a whole lot of things, right? And it's like usually nothing because I don't often have energy to cook enough to have leftovers. So I'm like, okay, there's nothing in the refrigerator. Okay, so can I do a grocery order? Can I manage to do that? Right. So I managed to do that, let's say after 4 or 5 days. I finally was like, okay, I bought a grocery order. So I've got salmon in there, but it's frozen, right? So then I'm like, okay, so you have to unthaw it, right? Which means that I have to get out of the bed, which means that I have to put on my glasses, which means that it's just like so many things. And I know this seems so trivial, but welcome to living with anxiety and depression, both of them. So, I'm like thinking through all these things and I'm trying to figure out what can happen, right? And it starts in the morning and then I usually realize I'm obsessing. So then I'm like, okay, I need to shift to something else. I need to, right? So then I get distracted. So then I get started doing that. And then at some point I got to get my shit together so I can get out the bed. So it's like, okay, I need to take a shower. Like, okay, you enjoy your showers. You love showers. Like, so then I got to create that spa-like experience, which I've definitely got to tell y'all about these shower products because they are like a grounding source for me. So anyway, um, so I'm thinking through that, right? Usually, and mind you, I don't usually wake up. Well, that's a lie. I was about to say I don't usually wake up to 11. That's an untruth. I usually wake up somewhere between 8:30 and 9. Let's say 9:30 at the latest. I don't like to talk before 11 o'clock. I don't like to communicate with people directly before 11 o'clock because I'm trying to get my shit together. And I need to draw a firmer boundary about that. I think I need to put my phone on Do Not Disturb or something because when I wake up in the morning, there are certain things that I want to do, such as I want to do my Duolingo lesson, and I need to like restart doing my checking my co-star and like just centering myself. Not just haven't I haven't been doing a good job at that. But anyway, so there are things that I want to do when I wake up, and a lot of times I already have messages and stuff because other people start their days at 8 a.m. So that's when stuff starts coming in. So I really need to do, I'm going to fix that. But anyway, so I don't wake up until 11. So by the time I finally get my shit together, it's probably somewhere around 1 or 2. Right. So when I was in bed at like 8:39, I'm thinking about breakfast. So now it's like 2 o'clock and now I'm like, I don't want breakfast anymore. Now I want lunch. So now I have to start the process over and I have to think about what I have. What can I cook? What can I order? I've been ordering too much. Am I spending too much money? Oh my God. Like make a decision. It's a lot. It's a lot. So I haven't been eating and I didn't realize that until I was texting this morning and Lewis asked me, did you eat? Or maybe we started with, how are you? And he said how he was. And then he said, and you? And I said, there are parts of me that are on cloud 9 right now and just floating. And there are other parts of me that are stressed the fuck out and overwhelmed. And he asked me if I had eaten. And I used to, it's something he'll ask all the time. And I used to always ask him, like, why do you ask me if I ate? Like, why do you ask me that? And he's like, because it lets me know how well you're doing. If you're not eating, then I know you're not well. So he was like, did you eat? And I said, no. And I probably said something like, I can't make a decision or something. I don't know. But I remember him saying, when do you plan to eat? And I said, I plan to eat every day. Now, does it happen? That's another story. But every day, I try to plan to eat, but it never works. But I try. So when I said that, I heard myself say in my mind, because this is text messaging, but I heard myself say in my mind, you are not okay, girl. Like, you are not okay. And like, I understand why people, or how, not why. I understand how people can seem to have everything going for them, and at the same time, there is like this immense sadness and loneliness and like depression. Like, it's kind of the way that brains work that have anxiety and depression. Um, but it's still so crazy because it's so. I think I said something to him like, I'm a walking oxymoron right now, or paradox, or whatever the freaking right term is. My degree is in biology. I don't know those things. So I was like, I know I'm a walking contradiction right now. It's like one thing on one side, things are amazing, and on the other side, shit is falling apart. And I haven't been able to bridge the two. So I had that realization, and I was like, coping skills, like what do I have in my toolbox to help myself right now? Like, I've got to figure out a way to help myself right now. So I took my medicine, and I like started making a list in my head. I was like, okay, you got to take this step by step. So the first thing is that you know you like your showers. So let's prepare to do that. So then it's like, what do you need to do to prepare to have your shower? Okay, I need to turn on the green lights in the bathroom because those make a difference to me. So I did that. And then I said, I turned on the water so it would heat up. So I'm like, okay. And then I was like, oh, and I need to get my music. So I went into YouTube, and I often will allow the playlist to just kind of choose itself. I just start the first song that my spirit is leading me to. So I did that. So I played that. But Alexa was also playing something else. And I was like, oh, I should turn that off. And then I was like, nope. Both and I need both of them. I don't know why, but it just feels like it's doing two completely different things. So I'm going to leave them both. So I do that. And then I'm like, okay, I need to get my towel. Okay, all right. What do I need to do? I need to like, and I had to like walk myself through these steps. I get into the shower, and I love my bath products with everything in me. So I start mapping out which products I'm going to use, which scent am I going to use. And again, I say to myself, both of them. Both of them. I'm going to use both of them. Then I was like, which exfoliator am I going to use? Both of them. Both of them. I'm going to use them both, right? And then I'm like, am I going to use this oil soap that's a moisturizer with? Yep, put it in the bag. We add that to it as well. And I gave myself a spa experience in the shower. And while I was in there, God said, you need to go record this because I need you to understand that this both and is a thing. And it's okay. It's okay. I got you. It's okay. And that's all I kept hearing. And I was like, okay, I think I can do this. So I got out the shower, and then I had to figure out how I was going to set up the podcast thing. Usually when I talk to y'all, I just got my Bluetooth in or whatever. But I was like, I should probably try to be more professional because I am. So my phone has my mic has a cord to plug into my phone. So I was like, well, let me try to do that, right? And then I was like, I could do that, and then I could have the Bluetooth. But I was listening to music in my Bluetooth, right? And then I was like, oh no, but I should use my headphones, right? Because I'm an official podcaster or whatever. So then I was like, I should use my headphones and my Bluetooth because then I could listen to the music while I'm talking, right? And then I could record it using the mic to the phone and it'll be official. So that's what got me here. Um, but I, not but, and I am still processing this. So I'm going to sit down with myself and figure out where my spirit is leading me. I'm going to figure out what I'm going to eat. And then I'm going to worry about work later because a lot of the pressure that I was putting on myself was for me to finish this work. And in actuality, much of it does not have to be done today. It's not like I'm leaving tomorrow, but I don't know. I put the pressure on myself. So today I am deciding to not do that. I'm going to allow my spirit to guide me to where I need to direct my energy today. And I'm going to allow myself to create and live in that space and worry about tomorrow. Because I'm tired, y'all. I am tired. But I am also so freaking excited. So if you have not been to my social spaces, this is me talking to you in the future and to myself in the future. If you haven't been over to my Instagram, I'm going to probably record this in my stories and all of that. Make sure you're following me because I'm really, really excited about what I'm about to experience and the people that I'm going to have a chance to share space with. And I know that it's going to be transformational. And I'm just so happy to have this chance to have this type of influence. I'm grateful for this platform that I've been blessed with. And I just want to show y'all what God is doing. And at the same time, I also want to be very transparent and vulnerable because I know that other people's healing and freedom is linked to that. So, thank you for listening. And holla at me at Kimberlyn J and at Minding My Black Ass Business on Instagram. Follow both of them, okay? And on Facebook at Kimberlyn Jackson and Minding My Black Ass Business with 2 Z's. Again, both of them. My YouTube page is at Minding My Black Ass Business, and my Patreon is at Minding My Black Ass Business. I don't know where I'm gonna post this. It's probably gonna be a both and type situation, but thank you for listening, receiving, and I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments. All right, bye for now.